Here's a paradox. Can a man commit the most inhuman of acts and yet still be acting at his most human? I believe he can. I think I'm getting to know such a man. I know the street he lives in with his family. You can see it from the train, not far from the railway line. Ordinary terraced houses, mostly rented, on an ordinary suburban road. Malcolm Road, Dulwich. I've walked this South London street so many times. I could knock on this man's door right now. Now, 8:15 p.m, Monday, October the 22nd, 1927. Miserable day, worse year. But are there back gardens here? There have to be back gardens. Why? Because a man, my man, he can't very well bury a body in his back garden, can he, if he doesn't have one? And this is my germ. This is how the whole thing started. Here's the house. I can hear my man and his family.
Can you play a little quieter, Winnie, dear? Your father's trying to think.
Or not play at all.
Nobody asked you, John.
Wife Annie. Winnie, the daughter, and the boy, a couple of years older, John. And, of course, William Marble, who's worrying over some household bills.
A £5 milk bill. What have you been buying, Annie?
Yes, he dare not, he must not get into debt.
Milk, dear.
Yes, debt. His debt is exactly what impels him. Crippling, mortifying debt. Not fear, not revenge, not carnal desire. Debt. I know debt. Is he a bank clerk? Is this why?
And £6 to Evans the grocer? How are we to... I told you we shouldn't have had that holiday. And there was no call for Christmas.
Poor William, almost paralysed with fear. Isn't this exactly how I want him? But for how long? Well, at least for the time it takes a London taxi to trek out to Malcolm Road, Dulwich, from a smart hotel in the Strand.
Almost there, Gov.
Thank you. Terrible night, eh?
It's called England. There was a fine young man like you coming all the way out here in all this weather.
I have to give someone I've never met some very bad news.
Does he need more bad news, my William Marble? I'm not inside his house, but I'm trying to get inside his head.
C.S. Forrester's London Noir. Payment Deferred by C.S. Forrester, dramatised by Paul Mendelsohn.
Please do stop that, Winnie. I said stop. Please.
Do as your father says, dear.
Oh, yes, please, Winnie.
There'll be no pianos when we end up out on the streets like those other poor wretches, begging for the price of a meal.
Oh, William.
I don't need to tell you, Annie. The moment a person in my position overdraws, out I jolly well go. I'm surrounded by money, and not a penny of it comes my way. Not a single penny.
Naturally, William chooses to overlook the drinks he buys and stands his fellows, and the smokes. But that's William.
What about all those chemicals in the bathroom cabinet, Father? The ones you keep on buying? They must cost...
How dare you, Winnie? I've got a good mind to... It is time for bed when you start being impertinent to your parents, even to your mother, my young lady.
Sorry, Father.
Chemicals are for your father's photography, Winnie.
Who on earth?
I'll go.
Winnie!
It was your nosy pal next door, Annie.
Every crime needs a victim. I need one with a considerable amount of money in his pocket. £50 at least. Yet someone in whom no one is going to take much interest. How do I possibly reconcile...
Good evening.
Good evening.
Evening.
I suppose you are my Uncle William.
Do you? Do you indeed?
Yes. My mother was Mrs. Medland. Mrs. Evelyn Medland, your sister, sir. I've just arrived from Melbourne on the SS...
You're Evie's boy? No, don't tell me. Jim! Annie, poke up the fire. You've met my Winnie and the boy here. He's John. He's small for his age.
Excuse me. You said your mother was William's sister.
She died, Aunt Annie. Oh. 6 months ago. My poor father had only just passed away last year.
Oh, dear. Well, I am sorry to hear that. Poor Evie.
You must be my cousin. And his.
In a very smart coat and suit, I may add. Off with the coat, young man. Don't worry, we'll give it you back when you go. Came by bus, did you?
No, taxi cab.
Taxi cab, eh? Well, sit down. Sit down, young sir. So, when did you arrive in the old country?
Just this morning, actually. I sailed on the SS Melina and found a hotel, the Strand Palace. Do you know it?
Oh, William.
I am acquainted with the establishment. I'm in banking, you know, foreign exchange. The very hub. So you're poor Evie's son. Huh. How was your father's business getting on before he...
Well, Uncle William, he made a lot of money during the war, shipping, you know, and Mother sensibly sold out after he died.
Oh, you're a young man of leisure now, eh?
I suppose I am. I've just come out of college and I'm having a look around before I decide what to do with my life.
Oh.
Do you mind if I smoke?
Why, not at all. I might even join you, but I seem to run out.
Oh, that is a nice cigarette case, Mr. Medland.
Thank you. And it's Jim, please. Aunt Annie.
Oh.
Tar.
But what if it isn't just the quality of the case that's attracting William's discerning and rather small eyes? What if it is the thick fold of treasury notes bundled inside a compartment at the back?
Well, I suppose you've lots of people to see while you're here? Business contacts and...
Well, no, actually. It's funny.
What's funny, dear?
Well, besides you, there probably isn't a soul in England who knows anything about me.
In silence as thick as the night outside, I can almost hear my bank clerk's calculating mind at work.
Have you ever seen a kangaroo?
John.
I've actually hunted them, John.
Cool.
On horseback?
For miles and miles, as far as your horse could gallop.
Did you ever see Ned Kelly?
Do you ride a motorbike in the bush? I'm dying for a motorbike.
No, children. That's enough. Bedtime. And I'd like to talk to my nephew on our own. So, come on. Kiss me goodnight. Come on now. My nightly kiss. Annie, business talk. You know.
Eh? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Come along, children. It's getting late. Will you excuse us, please, Mr. Jim?
Yes, of course, but please don't feel you're obliged to leave on my account, Aunt Annie.
Oh. She doesn't. Good night, all. Sleep tight.
Why do we always have to...
Well, I suppose you're a gay bachelor, eh? So no need to be hurrying back into town.
No need, I suppose.
This calls for a whiskey, if anything does. Old enough to drink, are you? Just kidding.
Oh, yes, thank you.
That's the spirit. So, Jim, you're quite a well-off young man now, it seems.
I'm awfully sorry, Uncle William. I don't really like to talk about it.
Of course you don't, of course not. Quite understand. Good bit to spare for investments, I imagine.
Investments? Well, no, sir. I haven't money to invest.
Oh, haven't you?
No. I'm quite satisfied with the arrangements Father made me before he died.
Oh, quite so. It's just that, well, in my position, foreign exchange, a man does hear things, interesting things. Know what I mean?
I'm sorry, Uncle William. I'm really not...
No need, boy, just saying. You wouldn't actually need to fork out much up front. See, that's the beauty of...
You know, I think I had better go. I hadn't realised how exhausting all that travelling can be.
No, don't go, Jim, please. It's early yet. I must apologise, truly. Oh, I'll be honest with you. I'm going through a bit of a bad patch right now, my lad. Very bad.
Sorry, are you asking me to lend you money?
No. Well, sort of. Just a little loan for a rock-solid investment. You'd be a ruddy fool.
If I could just have my coat...
No, you're right. I apologise. Here, give me your glass and I'll fill it up again.
I really don't think
Come
I
on, it's blasted early. You're not on Australian time now, Jim. Now, bit of the hair of the dingo won't kill you.
Is it his own inelegant words that spark the thought in William's brain? Or simply the rank unfairness of a well-heeled young man who has done nothing to earn his good fortune? What can push a seemingly ordinary man?
After this, I really must go.
No, hold on. Did I hear? Yes, one of the children calling. Won't be a second.
Oh? I didn't hear.
It is the most natural thing in the world that a father should go upstairs to check on his child, isn't it? And most natural, too, that he should be carrying in his hand the tumbler he's been holding for his guest.
False alarm. Must have been the wind. Here you go. Sorry we can't provide better weather.
What a night, eh?
Indeed. Well, we certainly can't have you going out in this. You'll catch your death. A toast to your late parents. Drink up, Jim Midland. Drink up, my lad.
Morning, Mrs. Jackson. How are you?
Oh, exhausted. Not about the weather last night, Annie.
Oh.
Thought the flaming roof was going to blow right off.
No, it's still there. Do you know, I found it hard to sleep myself, and that's not like me. It was as if the storm had come right into our sitting room and was chucking everything around.
Annie!
Oh, he's up. And then, just when I got off, he only goes and wakes me again with all his tossing and turning. I don't know which was worse, the storm or William's bellowing. No rest for the wicked.
Must get on.
Oh, remind me to tell you about our very special visitor last night. Good morning, William. Breakfast is
What
just
were you
come.
doing in the garden?
Just hanging out the smalls, you know, now that the rain has stopped.
Well, don't.
But I must. The washerwoman isn't coming until Wednesday. William, are you all right?
Yeah, of course I'm all right. Why shouldn't I be all right?
I'm sure I don't know, but look at your hands, they're shaking, and you've gone all pale.
I had a bad night, that's all.
Oh, I know, that storm. What are you staring at, dear?
Eh? Well, can't a man admire his own garden? No law against that. At least not that I've heard.
Well, no, but there's not much to admire, is there? Oh, if we could just afford a gardener once in a while.
Well, we can't. And I don't want you touching it, Annie.
Oh, well, I wouldn't. You know I wouldn't, not without your say-so. But look what last night's done to that poor old flower bed by the tree.
Children gone off to school, all right, have they?
Yes, I told him not to wake you. Toast?
Ah.
I heard you come to bed, William. It must have been very late. William? William?
What? What is it?
Well, nothing. You just keep staring out the garden.
I'm not staring. Mine's miles away. Oh, forget about ruddy breakfast. You should have woken me, Annie.
Oh.
Now I shall miss my train. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Here. Take this.
What's this for?
It's for Evans the grocer. Pay him off. And the milkman. And we're right out of whiskey.
Oh, William. Was it Mr. Medland? Did he do something for you?
Eh? Well, yes, Annie, I did give him some financial advice.
Oh.
Of course, I refused to accept payment, but the boy insisted. I don't think we'll be seeing him again.
Oh.
Or could be in Paris by now. Or gone back down under.
Paris? Oh, do you think we'll ever go to Paris, dear?
No. Quite happy here, thank you very much. Man's home, man's castle. Oh.
You all right, dear?
Just a bit stiff. That's all. Must be the way I slept.
You just be careful now. You're very precious to me, William Marble, even if you don't always appreciate it.
We're only just at the beginning, yet I have to consider how neatly can this end. Perhaps writers are like murderers. We need our endings to be perfect.
Mother, do you think we're going to see Cousin Jim again?
I'm sure I don't know, Winnie. Fingers out the jam, John.
Winnie, sweet and un-Australian. Be careful he doesn't shoot you. You look a bit like a kangaroo.
Why, you horror, I'll smack you for that.
Winnie's hopping mad. Cheer that, mother. Hopping.
Yes, I heard. Do stop it, children. I've had such a day. I didn't sleep at all well.
Nor did I. Why was Father rummaging around in his medicine cupboard last night?
I'm sure I've no idea, John. Perhaps he was showing your new cousin his photographic paraphernalia.
I hope Jim was wearing gloves. Father says he must always.
Now, enough chatter. Your father will be expecting his tea.
Anyone been here?
Hello, dear. No. Oh, you look tired. Were you expecting someone?
It isn't like we get a handsome stranger every night, is it, Winnie?
I'm not talking to you.
You just did.
Can't you children just... Don't you have homework to do?
We've done it.
Oh. Well, they're not giving you enough. Remember to get my whiskey.
Yes, of course. It's there on the sideboard.
Oh.
Well, don't you want your tea first, William? Before...
No. Thank you, Annie. I'm just going to take it into the back room.
Back room? What on earth for?
We do have a house with 2 downstairs rooms, Annie. And we only ever use one of them. Can't a man sit in his own back room and enjoy his own back garden?
Well, of course he can. You can, but it's almost dark, dear.
Mrs. What's-her-name hasn't been here today, has she? You know, the washerwoman woman, eh?
No, I told you she comes every other Wednesday.
Well, not anymore, she doesn't. From now on, you'll have to do the washing yourself.
But William, it's dreadfully hard work.
Well, hard work never never hurt anyone. Are you listening, Annie?
Yes, William. I don't know what's come over you today, I really don't.
I have my picture. My abiding image, yes. William Marble finding that special chair and setting it in that special place right by his French window. The place where he can just sit and think and guard and listen to the trains go by, with a glass of whiskey in his hand and a fistful of treasury notes burning a hole like acid in his pocket.
Police Constable Miller, will you please tell the court exactly what transpired that morning in the Strand Palace Hotel?
Well, sir, a chambermaid noticed that the bed in room 32 had not been slept in all night.
This was Mr. Medland's bedroom?
Mr. James Medland. That is correct, sir. But there was a note on the bedside table with an address on it.
And this was the address of the accused? 53 Malcolm Road, Dulwich?
Exactly so, sir.
And what exactly did you discover when you went to this address?
We discovered the accused, Mr. William Marble, sitting in his back room, just staring into his garden, with an empty bottle of whiskey in his hand and a ruddy great bundle of notes in his wallet.
And will you please tell the court what you found beneath a flower bed in the garden?
He found me! James Edward Medland, late of Melbourne, rotting under God's green and sodden earth.
Gentlemen of the jury, surely there is only one verdict for this poisonous wretch.
Hang him! Hang him!
Hang him!
Hang him!
Hang him!
Hang him! Hang him!
William. William.
What time is it?
It's 2:30 in the morning. I tried to wake you up earlier, but you were so far gone.
Gone?
Asleep in your chair. Oh, you've drunk a lot of whiskey.
Well, so what? I've got a lot on my mind.
Why don't you come up to bed? Perhaps we could... Well, you know. You know. To celebrate your good fortune with Mr. Medland.
Annie. Dear, now listen to me. I don't want you ever to mention that name again. You hear me, Annie? Never. You see, the advice I gave him might have slightly exceeded the bounds of the city. I'm too giving. It's my trouble.
Oh. And is this what's been upsetting you, dear?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, poor kind old William. It'll all die down, you'll see. These things always do.
London Bridge, next station, London Bridge.
Annie Marble is right. Things pass. A man can't exist in the exact same state of fear forever, can he? And we can't have the police coming for William. Not yet. But what would happen if...
William. Interesting book. Is it one of your historicals from the library?
Yes?
Oh, toxicology and... What's toxic? Oh.
What is it, Annie? Dear?
Well, only that the light's so much brighter in the other room.
Oh.
Anyway, a letter just came for you. It's registered.
Registered? Give it here. Dear Mr. Marble, we are hereby informing you...
William, what is it? Will?
Only notice to quit, Annie.
Oh.
Only notice to quit 53 Malcolm Road in a month's time.
Notice to quit? Why?
Because the world out there despises the ordinary, decent working man. That's why.
Oh. Well, don't you fret, dear. These things, you know, we might find somewhere even nicer.
Oh, no, we won't, Annie. Not now. Not never.
But you don't...
We are not quitting. Do you hear? Leave it. Leave it to me. Just you. I'll think of something.
I'll think of something. What was it William said to poor Jim about his work at the bank? A man does hear things. Interesting things.
Mind if I join you?
Well, if it isn't my friend the banker. How are things at National County? Is my money safe?
As houses, Mr. Saunders, considering the parlous times we live in. But I suspect that you are doing all right.
Where life sadly fails to provide, a good bet on the horses sometimes can. But not too often, eh, Mr. Marble? Not too often.
Well, it so happens I have a bet you can make, Mr. Saunders. Yes, indeed. And unlike in your business, the odds are with the punter.
No such thing. But I'm listening. You like a drink?
I'd prefer a walk. Walls, as they say, have ears. This has to be strictly between us, Mrs. Saunders. You understand?
Maker's word is his bond.
Yes. Well, you know I'm in foreign exchange.
Mm-hmm.
I heard something today.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. The French franc is going to rise. So now is the time to buy.
Well, fancy. Why are you telling me this, Marble? Why don't you just buy something?
Well, yes, of course I could. But a man doesn't stand to make much that way. The best way is to make a forward operation.
What's that when it's dressed up for a dance?
Means you just put up 10%.
Oh, a margin, as you blokes like to say.
Exactly. That means a 5% rise in the franc gives you 50% profit on your investment. But if it rises 100%...
1,000% profit, 10 to 1. But I say again, why are you telling me all this, Marble?
Because I'm not allowed to do it.
Ah, but I can, right?
Well, if you had a legitimate reason, Mr. Saunders, like, say, betting on French races.
Well, I do that.
Well, there you are then. And you send money to France, don't you? So if you were to tell the bank you wanted to buy francs, they'd believe you all right.
So what do you want out of this?
10% of what you make. And of course, I'm going to have a bit on too.
I am getting your drift, my friend.
Good. So here's what we do. You put 400 in. Half of that is yours, half's mine. Here's 60. And you lend me the other 140. But I need your nod now, Mr. Saunders. So, are you with me?
Sounds like I'd be a fool not to. But if you're wrong, Mr. Marble, I shall probably strangle you, and not a jury in the land would convict me.
The suspense of making a killing on the currencies market probably pales in comparison to the fear of being arrested for one in your home.
Good morning, Annie.
Morning, dear.
Good morning, children.
Morning.
Or should I say, bonjour?
Father?
William, you're smiling. Are you feeling all right, dear?
And why shouldn't a man smile when he has managed to save his family home from the jaws of eviction sharks and a lot more besides, Annie, my dearest?
Oh, William. Oh, isn't your father clever, children? How exactly did...
Let's just say, John and Winnie, that your father may be even cleverer than you have given him credit for. And now, after a hearty breakfast, I shall walk you both to school. Annie, you will come too.
Oh.
Even when the shade of the gallows lies across your path, surely you couldn't help but feel a little elated at the prospect of £27,000 going into your bank account.
So how is school, John, my boy?
All right, Father.
Just all right? Well, that's all right then. Because you shall be leaving at the end of this term.
Leaving? Why?
Because I shall be entering you for Sydenham College, that is why.
Oh, my word. Public school, John.
Nothing is too good for my family, Annie. Well, say something, John. Speak up, lad.
What about my friends?
You shall make new friends. Better friends. And if you get on well there might just be that motorbike I've heard you talking about.
Eh?
Well, all right then. Let's just see if your sister will be more grateful. Winnie Marble, what do you want most in the world?
Green garters.
Green garters? You'll have a lot more than green garters. What do you say to going away to a nice school, a real young ladies' school, where you shall ride a horse in the mornings and be friends with real lords' daughters?
Oh, I should like that very much.
Good.
So, what's Mummy going to have?
Let's ask her. Annie? Come on then. Cat got your tongue?
Oh, this is all so sudden, William. Well, anything I want at all.
That's what I said, didn't I? Anything.
I'll be quick, Mother. We're nearly at school.
I want a new house and a nice garden.
Well, you can't have that. Think of something else.
William, is this a game?
A game? I've just made enough to keep us in comfort for the rest of our lives, and you're asking... You're just a bunch of fools. And it's time I went to work. To tell the men at National County Bank what they can do with their job.
Oh.
That's what sort of game it is.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Am I right in thinking that the more one has to lose in life, the stronger the fear of losing it? And hasn't William Marble just won himself a great deal more to lose?
Keep your filthy hands off me. Keep your filthy hands off me.
William, dear. Will.
Huh? Oh, for God's sake, woman. Look what you made me do.
Thank goodness that decanter was nearly empty, eh? William, I need to talk to you. May I sit down? William, I do know about it. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter a bit, dear.
How? How do you know?
I'm not stupid, William, despite what you... But it doesn't matter. That's what I wanted to say.
So you think it doesn't matter? A lot you know.
I mean, it doesn't matter my knowing.
But if you could guess, half the world will tomorrow. Oh, God. So what was it that...
It's the way you've been looking, dearest, and just sitting here, staring out. Ever since that night when young Mr. Medley...
What are you doing, woman? Why are you taunting me?
No, William, please. Oh, William, oh, dearest. Why would I taunt you?
Tell me what you know. Just tell me.
I can't tell you facts. How could I? I only know that you've done something at the bank, and I'm scared that they'll come back for it.
It? Come back for it? Come back for what?
What, the money? They can't lose that amount of money and not notice it. William, did I I say something funny?
For the first time ever, Annie Marble. I think you might have. I may just have to kiss you.
Oh. Well, you kiss away, but I know what I see. All this sitting and staring. I think you've gone and buried it all in the garden.
Laughter. Is it appropriate in a tale so bleak? Or is laughter in the dark exactly the tone my tale demands?
Now, shame on you, Annie Marble, for not telling me.
Not telling you what, Mrs. Jackson?
Well, that you was moving out. Me, your closest neighbour.
Moving out?
I'm not blind, girl. I know a house being emptied when I see it.
Oh, yes. It's not us who's going away. It's our furniture.
Oh dear, I'm so sorry, love. Oh, it's these times, isn't it? Terrible hard. Listen, if there's anything I can do...
Do you know, I'd love to explain it to you, Mrs. Jackson, but I'm finding it a bit difficult to explain it to myself.
That's it, gentlemen. Mind the walls, will you? And the children. What was the old busybody next door saying to you?
She thinks we got the bailiffs in.
Then she'll have another think when she sees the new stuff arriving. Hey, children? Quality stuff, too.
Are you sure there's room to put it all?
Of course there is. You came with me into London, Annie. You was there in the shops.
Yes, but it was you doing the buying.
And why was that?
Because it's your money.
Oh, Annie, because you've no sense how to spend, darling. Come on, show me. Show me what you bought yesterday.
You already know, William.
Show the children, then.
Yes. Come on, Mother. Let's see.
Well, it was just one or two little things for the kitchen.
Show us. Show us.
Oh. Well, here's what I bought. A lovely new mop and 2 new pie dishes.
Splendid. And?
Well, a new pot for the aspidistras. A really nice one, thank you.
I give your dear mother £50 to go out and spend, and this is what she does with it. Oh, Annie, you'll be the death of me one of these days.
What did you buy, Father?
Well, children, this very afternoon you shall see some gentlemen arriving in another considerably smarter van and conveying into Alia an empire bed with gold cupids that must be the best part of 10 hundredweight. Core, indeed, John. And that's just the start of it. Very soon the whole house will be filled to the rafters with empire furniture.
But it can't be furniture that moves a story on, can it? It has to be human nature. Oh, William.
1, 2, 3. So, where do you want this one then, sir?
That one in the sitting room, if you will, and do handle with care.
I can see that someone here is... How do you say it? A gentleman of taste.
I'm sorry? What did you say?
I think you heard me, but I think perhaps you're not accustomed to the compliments, huh?
Oh, I've had a few in my time. So you like the furniture?
Forgive me, a complete stranger, but I cannot take my eyes from it.
Huh?
Those beautiful chairs, that grand table, they remind me of what I have seen in the Louvre.
The Louvre? Aye. Well, so am I right in thinking I am talking to Mademoiselle from de Paris?
Oh, monsieur. Mademoiselle, I am Madame Collins. My husband is an English officer, but sadly very wounded in the war.
Oh.
I am Parisian. I think perhaps I still have just a tiny accent here.
Yes. Well, it's rather...
William?
Annie, we were just... do you know Mrs. Madame Collins?
Oh, yes. Well, no, not really. But you're the dressmaker, aren't you? With that little shop round the corner. We haven't met properly, but Mrs. Atwood at number 21 said you did wonders with her daughter's wedding dress,
yes.
Considering what a big girl she is.
But you are quite petite, madame. With you, I think I could work the miracles.
Oh, I don't think you could.
You must persuade her, monsieur.
Marble.
Marble. After all, I can see that you are a man of means.
Well, I do know my way around the investments market.
Excuse me, sir. Take a deep breath. One more for the Louvre.
We do not understand these successful men and their talk of high finance, do we, Mrs. Marble? But, no, I wonder, may I ask a very special favor?
Well, I'm sure any favour you might ask could be accommodated, madame.
Could I perhaps see inside your lovely, well-furnished house?
They say justice in England is open to all, like the Ritz Hotel. Is it perhaps the same with infidelity?
Well, what did you think of her then?
Oh, very nice, I suppose. She does make rather a lot of being French.
Rather elegantly, I should say. And she knows good taste when she sees it.
Well, she certainly saw a lot of it coming through that door.
She certainly did. So then, what did you buy yourself in Bond Street? Something haute couture?
Just a hat, dear.
Just a hat?
A very nice hat.
I'm sure it is, but a wife of mine can't be seen in just a hat if what's underneath is drab and dullish. You shall go to Madame Collins on Monday morning.
Oh, I don't think.
You most certainly don't, Annie Marble. And in fact, I shall accompany you.
Oh, all right. Well, that'd be nice. William, now that you're being so generous and we have all this lovely new stuff, do you really not think we could have Mrs. Sutton back here again?
No!
Oh, I'll just have her in there when you won't know the first thing about it.
What did you say? You said something. Under your breath. What did you just say?
I'll have Mrs. Sutton in when you go out and you won't know the first thing about it.
No! You mustn't! Do you hear me, Annie?
Oh, yes, dear. I should think the whole street did.
You must promise me on your life. If I ever find out that you... I'll...
Oh, William, please no! Please don't hit me!
Mother, are you all right?
Yeah, of course she's all right, lad. Your mother and I were just having a little discussion. That's all. So, off you trot now.
Not until Mother says so.
Not until I'm saying so.
Mother?
It's all right, John. I'm all right. Go. It's all right.
I'll be just outside, Mother.
I didn't mean to scare you, dear. Truly. Now, let's go and enjoy our new furniture. Eh? Madame Marble.
Dear Mummy and Daddy, I can't believe I'm already coming to the end of my third term at school. I shall be back home with you on Saturday. Does John have his new motorbike yet?
John!
Oh, hi, Winnie. What do you think of her, eh? She's a giant twin.
Thank you, driver. Do keep the change. Well, I think she's absolutely splendid.
You do talk funny these days, Win.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean. How are they? You know, is Father still sitting in the back room all day, looking out the window and getting sozzled?
I should say so. And most nights.
Will you come in with me?
Ha! No, thank you very much. I'm off for a ride.
Just tell me, how was school?
I absolutely hate it, but I hate home more.
Good afternoon.
Oh, hello.
Oh, you must be Winnie. I'm Madame Collins. Entrez. I help you with this valise. Your papa, he did not say you are so chic.
Oh, thank you. Where are...
Monsieur Marble, he is on the telephone doing his big business. Your mother, she try on such a beautiful dress that I make her. Oh, come see. Look who I have.
Hello, Mother.
Oh, hello, dear. Oh, it's so lovely to see you.
Oh, are you really going to wear that?
Oh, I think it's very nice.
Your mother, she looks so smart, I think, for a woman of her age.
Well, I suppose.
Oh, Winnie. So sorry. Been on the phone, you know.
Hello, Father. You're stockbroker, I suppose.
Actually, no, not this time. This time I was speaking to the Grand Pavilion Hotel in Bournemouth.
William, whatever for?
Because, my dear, that is where you are all going for a month's holiday.
Oh.
I imagine John would quite relish motoring down on that machine of his.
William, But what about you? Aren't you coming?
Well, I might perhaps join you for a little while, but my investments are at a delicate stage and I need to be on hand.
Ah, the responsibilities of an important man, eh, Monsieur Marble?
Indeed, Marguerite. Madame Collins.
Even a murderer can have gentler ways of getting rid of people. And even a guilty man can have time off for bad behaviour.
More champagne, my dear? I knew you would. So, how do you like the hotel?
Oh, William, it is parfait. Absolument. Never have I known such...
Nor I, Marguerite. Nor I. You bring something out of me. Something continental I didn't even know was in there.
But I knew it was there. From the first time I saw you in Malcolm Road.
Oh, yes? So, what was it you saw in me then?
Oh, now you are, as you say, fishing. Ah bien. I saw a successful man. A significant man. A man who knows exactly what he wants. And he goes out and he grabs it.
Well, like I grabbed you, you mean?
Exactly.
Mind you, you took a fair bit of grabbing.
Was it not worth the chase?
The chase? I think you mean the meals and the treats, the trinkets.
A woman does not give up her virtue lightly.
I'll say. Annie and the kids will be back in less than a week. We don't have much time left.
Mon cher, we must make the most of what we have. But, William, there is something I have to tell you.
What is it, my dear?
I may have to move away.
Move away? But you can't. Where?
Or perhaps somewhere far outside of London. Where the rent, it is not so expensive.
But no! Marguerite, my love, I'm not letting you.
Trismont, I am not yours to stop me.
I am a wealthy man. I can help.
What do you think I am, a cheap Parisian whore?
No, Marguerite, no. You're not cheap at all. You're a friend. And friends help each other, don't they? I mean, you're helping me now.
Helping you? How?
Well, it's only when I'm with you that I can forget. What is on my mind?
And what is on your mind?
I'm bored.
Oh, John, dear, you can't be bored. We're staying at a lovely hotel, the sun's shining, you've got your nice new motorbike. Winnie's not bored, are you, Winnie?
Well...
You see? Oh, you're missing your father, aren't you? That's what it is. I'm sure he wanted to come.
Probably stuck in that chair of his.
Or he can't find his way out through that ghastly furniture.
It's not ghastly, it's expensive.
Well, I've had enough. I'm going home.
I think your father will consider it very unappreciative if you come home early.
Oh, let him go, Mother. They can sit and drink whiskey together and stare out into the garden.
Oh, I'm sure that isn't all your father's doing.
Salut.
Salut.
Fine Bordeaux in the afternoon. At Chez Marble. This is so decadent, William.
And not a little risky, my dear. You shouldn't really have turned up here.
But I'd bring the dress, see? That I prepare for Madame Marble. How am I to know she is en vacances?
Well, how indeed. And perhaps your state of undress is just you trying it on for size, eh?
Oh, William, you have been so generous to me, but I'm afraid I must ask you encore une fois for something.
Marguerite, much as I'd love to help you, I'm not made of money.
I know this, William. But perhaps you do not really wish to show me what it is that you are made of.
How can you say that? Come here, please. Oh, my dear. Oh, my Lord. Hold on. Was that the door? Marguerite, a moment. Marguerite!
Father, are you at home?
It's John. What the hell? Quick!
Father. Oh my God. Oh my...
John! It's not what you... Get off me, woman! John! John! Son! I'm so sorry! We were just... John! John! Please, don't wrestle! John! Son! John! Look out! John! John!
and certain hope of the resurrection to eternal life through our Lord Jesus Christ, who will transform our frail bodies, that they may be conformed to his glorious body, who died, was buried, and rose again for us. To him be glory forever. Amen.
Amen. Oh, I still can't believe this has happened. Oh, Williams.
He was so close to home, and he almost arrived on our doorstep.
All this money, it means nothing now. Not a thing.
We've got Winnie.
Oh, she's already moving away from us. Look at her over there. She won't even stand with us.
We've still got each other, Annie.
Oh, I know, William. It's kind of Madame Collins to come, though, isn't it? She just told me she and her husband have decided to return to Paris. Oh, but we should invite her back to the house.
I don't really think that's necessary.
Oh, William. I can't bear to think of that poor young boy under the ground.
Few men are true monsters, and few monsters make interesting men. They're closer now, William and Annie, united in loss. And as the months pass, their universe shrinks to just that overcrowded, yet somehow so very empty house. But whilst the love, to William's surprise, is genuine, this isn't a love story. And I must have my ending.
William?
Hmm?
You do know I love you, don't you?
Yes. Yes, I do, Annie. Thank you.
I just heard something at the grocer's that quite upset me. That Madame Collins, she's divorced her husband and he's come back here from Paris, a broken man.
Oh? Oh, dear.
You'd never do that to me, would you? I know I'm not the cleverest person in the world and I'm far from the prettiest.
Annie, you are the woman who suits me best in the world.
Oh, do you really mean that?
Yes. Yes, I think I do. Andy, dear, you all right? You've gone all pale. In fact, now I think about it, you've been pale for a couple of days.
Oh, I'm fine, dear. Just feeling a bit under the weather, that's all.
Do you think you might be coming down with something? Perhaps you should have a little rest.
Do you know, I think I might.
Don't worry. I shall look after you, old girl.
Thank you so much, dear, sweet William. Oh, I'm sorry, there's another one of those letters just arrived from you. You know, from France. Here. Is it those currency people?
Yes. Yes. French currency people. Well, I should need to go to my bank again tomorrow. Will you be all right?
Oh, yeah, of course. A good night's sleep will do me the world of good. Oh, excuse me.
Dear William, as you may have heard, I no longer have my husband, so I no longer have his pension. If you could possibly increase the next payment, chérie, so we can preserve our little secret.
Is it all coming together? Or is it all coming apart?
Sounds nasty, Annie. You should be upstairs in bed, girl. You look dreadful.
Oh, Mrs. J, you sound just like William. He's been so good and kind looking after me. I was in bed, but I do think I'm on the mend.
So where is Mr. Marble, then?
He's gone shopping, bless him. Oh, I feel so guilty making him do everything.
You feel too guilty. After all, you've been so forgiving about what he's been up to.
Oh. You know about that?
Oh, the whole street does, love. I mean, he hasn't been exactly, shall we say, discreet, has he?
I suppose not. What with the furniture and the holiday and all the gold stuff he was buying.
What? He bought her all that as well?
Her? What do you mean, her?
Mademoiselle from Armentières, you know.
No, I don't. What are you talking about?
Oh, you're William and his little visitor. Well, you was in Bournemouth. What are you talking about?
Never you mind, Mrs. Jackson. It's all lies. Of course it is.
Right.
I must just pick some flowers. Oh, yes. Those letters. They're from the bank. The French bank. Of course they are.
William, don't leave me. No. Oh, John. John, where are you, John? Oh, have you seen little Winnie? Oh, there's nothing growing in the flower bed.
Annie, dear,
Oh,
Dr. Atkinson is here.
Oh.
Quiet now, old girl.
There's a flower bed.
She's been like this for a
There's
couple of days,
nothing
Doctor.
in there.
She seems so angry with me. But we were getting on so well.
Delirium, very common. Who's looking after her?
Well, I am.
Better get someone in. She'll need careful attention if we're to avoid pneumonia. I'll send a nurse, shall I?
No, nurse. I'll do all the nursing myself. Can you make my Annie well again, Doctor? Please.
I'll visit each day, but she won't be leaving this bed for a while. She's far too weak.
My men all gone. I lost so many.
Shush, dear. Shush, my love. I'll just see the doctor out.
Oh, God.
You'll get better, won't you, Doctor? Well, everything will be all right.
Will it, William? Well, yes, the fever is abating slowly, but what if there's something else smouldering within the ruins?
It's everything's
Annie?
gone. It's all gone.
Annie, dear,
And it's-
what on earth are you doing?
No, it's just it's
Were you
all
trying to get
gone.
to the bathroom?
Where's my John?
Oh, my dear girl.
Oh, God.
You heard the doctor. You're far too weak to get out of bed. But I'll look after you. I always have, haven't I? And I always will.
But perhaps Annie and I have other plans, William.
And how is she this morning?
I've been in the garden, Doctor. But she did seem a little better earlier on. Annie, the doctor's... Oh, she's fallen asleep again. Annie, dear. Annie?
Oh. No. Not asleep. I'm afraid your wife is dead, Mr. Marble.
Dead? But she can't be dead. Annie? We just... Wake up, my dear. Annie?
I'm so sorry. It can affect the heart, then it happens so swiftly. You're very shaken, Mr. Marble. Perhaps you should sit down.
No, I'm... She was such a dear, sweet thing. What are you doing?
Well, I have to examine her. It's routine. Oh. That's curious.
What?
There's some foam on her lips. What's that odour? There's a medicine glass on the floor. Have you been giving her some medicine?
No, of course not. Not without your say-so.
Would you mind leaving the room, please? But don't go far away, Mr. Marble.
Mr. Marble, this court has ascertained from your wife's doctor that she was extremely frail and unable to get out of bed. Is this so?
It's what he said. But she could. And she did.
Are you seriously telling us that a woman in your wife's condition, struck down and bedridden with influenza, was able to crawl right out of her sickbed?
I caught her doing it.
Oh. And did you perchance catch her grabbing your keys from the dressing table?
No, but...
Then perhaps you came across her struggling all the way to the bathroom, raising herself up to your locked medicine cabinet, and unlocking it to select some conveniently stored cyanide.
But this is just what she must have done.
Order! Then can you tell the court one good reason why poor, weak, Mrs. Marble would choose to die agonizingly of her own volition in the bed she managed miraculously to haul herself back into.
To put an end to her unbearable sadness. Why else? Tell me, sir, why would I kill my own darling Annie?
Why, indeed, Mr. Marble. Can you tell the court about your relationship with a certain Madame Collins?
To this he has no good answer, although his neighbours in Malcolm Road certainly do. I never saw my William being prosecuted for the willful murder of young James Medland, but I did see him being taken out and hanged for the murder of his poor deceived wife, Annie. Payment deferred. If the punishment failed to fit the crime, at least my title does.
In Payment Deferred by C.S. Forrester, dramatised by Paul Mendelsohn, William Marble was played by Sam Dale. Annie Marble, Rebecca Lacey. Madame Collins, Teresa Gallagher. Jim Medland, Nick Underwood. Mr. Saunders, David Thorpe. John, Sam Cummings. And Winnie by Emily Dolbear. All other parts were played by members of the cast. The narrator was Greg Wise. Music was composed by Gary C. Newman. It was a BBC Scotland production, produced and directed by David Ian Neville.